Today we're introducing Leather Pro Model 4 strap cutter. It's a small portable unit. It's pretty heavy. It's about 60 pounds, 65 pounds when it's packed up to 70. The purpose of this machine is to cut leather, vinyl, fabric and some other materials into strips. You simply set spacers. I have a safety cover here, but there's blades, and with the different spacer sizes you set to desired width, anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to 1.5 inches, depending on the size you want. The machine has those forks in the back. They're meant for basically going between blades against the spacer, so when the leather rolls off, so it doesn't roll up, it just helps it to roll off the machine. And we have a foot pedal that we put. It has a gear reduction motor, allows you to run machine at manageable speed. Also has a reverse switch. In case you started and you think you started wrong, you can roll it back, flip it back, and roll forward again. We have some deer skin hide here. We're just gonna run. So you stick a leather against the blades, and machine will just step on the foot pedal, and machine will start rolling, and you just guide it in straight. As soon as I step, it starts. As soon as I take my foot off, it stops. So we get nice straps. These are somewhere about 3/8, between 3/8 1/2 inch. I also have some thicker leather, 6/8 ounce. You can cut up to 10 ounce leather on this machine, and we're going to demonstrate. Also has a little guide, so no matter how straight your edge is, you always want to trim it in order to get a really nice straight cut. So you have it set up 1/8 or so much for discrepancy again from your first blade, so it'll trim the very first, and you can adjust it. In order to change blades, you get this special tool with the machine. You remove cover. I normally unplug the machine so don't have it accidentally step and have machine cut your fingers. So you remove cover. These are sharp blades. What you need to do, these pieces, they always have to be against when you cut it, so it makes a run off the machine. Here is a very important, the bottom roller, it presses against the blade, and then it's cut when it makes machine to cut through. In order to change blades, you loosen this nut and get this thing loosened, drop it down, so your bottom roller basically drops from the blades. And with this tool, you loosen up your nut. If you turn and the whole shaft turning, there's an opening. I'm going to plug it back in order to demonstrate this. I'm going to, right there in the shaft, it has an opening. You stick screwdriver or something in order to, in case when you try to loosen up this nut, and let's say whole shaft turning, well, you stick this and hold it, and then you loosen up this nut. I remove my forks from the back so they don't interfere with my blades. And these are different spacer sizes, and you remove them. You remove blades one by one, change your spacers in between, and then put it back again. And always make sure when you put your last spacer, so it sticks farther from into the thread, because once you tighten it, so it tightens up very good. So I don't want, because my thread is not going to tighten the whole thing, so I've got to make sure that I can really make it nice and snug. And then I put the nut back again. and I gotta make sure I get it tight. Don't have to make it awful tight because then it's going to be a hard time to loosen it up again, but gotta make sure you tighten it so your blades stay tight on the shaft. If the blades spin, you're not going to be cutting. And put this cover back on it again. And once you do change your blade sizes, you may have to change your configuration on this little pieces in the back, so each fork here falls in between each blade, between two blades, so whenever your material, so it makes it, instead of rolling up, it'll make it run off. And you make sure they're all against the shaft, and after you've done that, you bring your bottom roller up, and what you do, you make it tighter and you run the leather through, and if you're not cutting through, you make it tighter again, test it again. Just make sure you bring it up just enough so it's cut through. If you tighten it too much, what's going to happen, you're going to dull your blades too soon. And after you bring it, you just get this knot and tighten it so nothing moves, and we'll test it again. I'll just run it against the last two blades here. So in this case, I'm cutting through, but not quite. I see some spots. So what I need to do, I need to bring my bottom roller up a little and try again. So I'm just about through. If it's not enough, you tighten it a little more, bringing your bottom roller up, and that's what you need to do. We also have this, people asking me about this. This is basically pressing rollers. When you make something out of fine leather, let's say you glue two pieces of leather together, and to get a nice look, you basically run it through. It's a pressing rollers. You just run it through after it's been glued together, and what it's meant for is just for pressing leather.